And here we are. I'm beginning to build myself a dock here. So this will be my example of a dock. I've selected myself a little peninsula area here. That's the ship I'm intending to dock in here. A small area where I can build a house next to it. I'll leave that little peninsula area there and I can build on it too. So my intention is to hopefully build a slip lane through here and just be able to dock it in and out quite conveniently and go. So we'll see what we can do here. Going to fill up the sides, make them a bit more sheer. There should be plenty enough room to guide her in nice and smooth. Game already identifies this as a shore area. Water's already started seeping in. So we'll see how this construction goes. If this doesn't work, I'll have to build in a different area. Perhaps cut it further inland and then back out again, that way it doesn't fill up with water. That's not bad for a start to the slip line. Didn't mean to take out that much of the cliff. Out of stone. I'll have to go grab some more stone in a second. No, if you're going to be like that, you can just sit like that then. Doesn't really bother me. So we'll keep clearing it out. Go back across with the smoothing tool. Get some more stamina back. Looks like we're swimming there. Clear these reeds out too. Sorry, scenic reeds. We'll have to hope they add you back in a later patch. Replant you. What man does, butcher the environment, make it beautiful as in his eye, in the eye of the beholder. Alright, let's keep going through. Wait mate, what are you doing? Oh yeah. Try and keep it as straight as possible. This section might take a little while as we just simply dredge out as much as we can to make sure we've got enough room for the keel to get through. Now we'll be working with the tide, or against it as it were, to try and get this as deep as possible. What we need is a set of iron boots so we can sink to the bottom but we can't breathe. Zelda-esque. You can already get way down enough. I've seen literal skeletons get underneath the surface and be able to shoot arrows up at me. I know that's just like a coding issue at the moment, but still. Let's get some heavy like iron suits and let's sink to the bottom. Let's start doing some work. I'm sure there'd be a lot of people who'd like to take advantage of the stamina system boots to try and build themselves some cool underwater locations. The industrial Vikings among us who want to start decking out their docks. Some of them may spend quite a lot of time coming back and forth and exploring this new land. Plus it make things like this a lot easier where I've got to try and dredge out some terrain. And I see you there, Log. Got him. Cleared. I'll dredge out a bit more this side and then we'll move to the other one. I think we're getting just deep enough for us to slip in and out with the right tide. Obviously don't want to be leaving it in there within a storm, which isn't the best thing for now, but we'll see what we can do. You can see the terrain difference in the sand now from the area that I've mined out. Can't even hit the ground there. Oop, I'm drowning. Get picked, mate. I think that's the limit of what we're going to be able to do here. Any surface that we can briefly walk on, we'll get the pick out and we'll try and mine a little bit. I think we're pretty good. Oh yep, there's a little bit off the shore. We want to give ourselves as wide an angle as we can for coming in. It's going to get quite narrow at the end, so give ourselves as much room for corrections as we need. As most of you know, the Viking ship likes to slide back and forth, left and right as it turns, whether in reverse or going forward, so you always got to take that into account. That's looking pretty good now. Entrance is all dredged out. Keep going along with this. Oop, I'm drowning. So this is probably going to take the most amount of time. Once I go back through and I want to put things on the edges, I can start building myself a rough dock, and then I can take this idea on for later into different biomes if it ends up being successful. Build myself a stone one. We won't mess about with stone for now. I'll make it a simple core wood structure. Maybe a log cabin. I've got some ideas floating around for a lighthouse that would look pretty cool. It's a solo server, so I'd be the only one really using it, but there we go. The tide's working with us this time. Getting quite a lot deeper than we've gone before. Oop, quickly get this out. Just want to dredge out as much as we can while we can. Make it easy for us to slip in and out of here. You can see the surface coming up now through the middle. That's what we want to avoid, because if we leave the ship sitting in here and we get a tide like this, it's just going to keep banging against the bottom and it's going to start taking damage. And whilst it would be easy to grab the gear back by stacking up stones on the bottom of this dredged out bit here, I can't really be bothered doing that again. It is quite annoying having to do that, but at least you can rescue your gear. So a little tip for anyone out there, if you do have stuff lost offshore, you can stack stones on the bottom and raise the terrain, and they'll pop up on the top of the terrain block when you place it where they are. It can be quite helpful. Oh, I'm drowning again. But if you lose it too far offshore, you're a bit stuffed. Yeah. Come on. Come on. Got him. Move back. Tide's going down again. Get dredging, Mark. Get that pick swinging. Want it nice and deep. Use that piercing damage. But I definitely advise putting something in the game like that Zelda system. Would you like some iron boots, mate? Get straight to the bottom, start doing quests down the bottom or something. that even give us an opportunity to use biomes underwater offshore. It'd be easy for them to add them into games. People wouldn't really notice. They don't have to be hellfire offshore. Use a natural incline of the world, place some temples down there or something. Sea serpent temples. That'd be an interesting idea. There's plenty of sea gods as well with the Vikings we could look into. Tide's going up. Come on, go back out. That's it. Trying to dredge here, Mark. Said our objective is to at least get the long ship in here nice and safely. Sit here and drown in a bottle. If we can at least get that in here nice and safely, that'll give us a nice, easy, convenient place to unload the ship. And at the same time, it'll look pretty cool. Now, I do have a multiplayer server, but we haven't done anything like this yet, so it'd be interesting to see what we can do with the multiplayer server. Definitely more hands to make lighter work. Seem to have passed our day cycle here, so got 2 minutes on the rested bonus. Might go get our rested bonus back in a minute. Come on, let me swing. Trick is to try and get my pick out just as I hit the floor so I can get a swing off. Oh cool, I'm drowning again. That's it, just stand against the edge of the cliff. Not going too bad, the dredging, really. I've got it pretty deep considering. You can see how high the tide's rising in between. Definitely might have to raise up that other shelf there. Make sure we've got enough room just in case the storm comes in. Don't want it washing away everything. I'm definitely waiting for them to bring in stuff though, like replanting the small beach trees, bringing in redevelopment, maybe some more terrain moving. Water movement would be nice. I know it's a bit unrealistic to take a bucket of water and then fill a whole puddle, but, you know, even if we had like a simple barrel system, give ourselves the ability to make aesthetic ponds. I'm sure quite a few people would like that. Perhaps some of the fish that you could catch live fish somehow eventually. A lot of possibilities. Make yourself your own, not too sure what you'd call them. Japanese goldfish gardens. They've got those very old goldfish, like kais. I'm sure someone knows what I'm talking about. Live for a couple of 100 years if treated well, get quite large. Come on, put me down the bottom so I can keep dredging. We're not far now. Much clearance as we can. That's that rest bonus ended. We'll head back up, and I'll come back down in a second. Just give me a moment. Welcome back. I had a sleep, got up, and now it's absolutely stormy. So we'll see how beneficial or detrimental it is to our building efforts. You can already see some of the ships raising and lowering on the shore there. The life of a dredger. Make sure I keep my food up too so I don't get caught out here and drown from low stamina. Ooh, what's that? Alright, that is helping us quite a bit this storm. We're getting further down than ever before. Dredge out this middle area, make sure the keel doesn't hit the bottom. Oh, wishing for those iron boots. Actually got quite lucky we got the storm here. That's revealing a lot of the things that we normally wouldn't see. Small bits of rock that are sticking up that I need to clear out so we get a smooth hit. There we are. Oh, almost got a second swing in there. Oh, it raised up across the whole island. I'll have to build a taller structure. Definitely will have to be a lighthouse. Come on, drop me back on the bottom. Dredging efforts look pretty good now. I should probably clear out some more of this side while I've still got the storm. That other side's pretty shallow. This one here, as you can see, is revealing more areas that need dredging. Just need to get it deep enough. Every time it drops me on the floor again as well. I've got to try and grab this pick out, otherwise it'll punch the air. But definitely get an improved dredging operation going now though. The unpredictability of the storm does affect it. But I think it's good effort all round right now. We can see that sandbar being revealed now there in front of us. Want to get rid of that. We don't want any sandbars in here. Ah, yeah, that bit of lightning revealed some of the terrain to us then. We will be swinging him wide from this bay on occasion, so wait for the stamina to come back a bit. Or at least I got the hit in then. At least sea serpents don't attack me from the shore. Haven't seen too many in this game, luckily. Or unluckily. Don't really have any serpent stew or anything like that going. But I've got plenty of turnip stew, plenty of other things to get me over 120 food, normally. Just using trash food for now for this. Well, we're on to that final sandbar. Looks like the storm's clearing up. And with the end of that extreme weather as well, we've lost our chance to see any more of the high points. I can see we've done a bit of a better job now. So that's definitely looking a bit smoother. It's just really this end to go. This was always the much more steep angle, so it wasn't going to be too much of a problem trying to clear it out. This one, on the other hand, we're just playing with the lapping of the waves. We are going to get it though. Whoops, straight up. Oh, nearly. And we're nearly there, folks. As you can see, you've just got to play yourself around with the wave animation a bit. That's going to be the main thing. You can always fill in if you go too deep in areas or you chip away at any of the cliffs there. It doesn't look too bad for a first attempt. Kind of a natural shore, as you were. I mean, what do you expect for one man who's normally out on his longboat raping and pillaging? There's been a subtle lack of English monasteries out here, unfortunately. It's a great land if you want to get pumped by grade wars. Oh yeah, let's keep dredging, Mark. Let's keep dredging. We're getting there. As you can see, it's quite an involved process. Whether you think the payout or not, it's up to you. I think it's going to be good in effect. This is my main base here at Oakguard. As you can see, my fortress up there. And help me naturally evolve out a settlement as well. But if you take inspiration from this, definitely take it, make it your own, add little features. I definitely find it more fun letting things evolve naturally or organically, as it were. Find an area and let things unfold as I need them, just as a normal human settlement would. Because the Vikings were great explorers. They were pioneers, as it were. They weren't exactly world builders. World builders. Civilization builders. You know what I mean. There's no great feats of building, really, compared to some of the other civilizations around the Mediterranean. But that could be climate as well. Of Europe, both weather-wise and socially. In actual fact, the Scandinavian lands, Norway, Sweden, Finland, you know, Denmark, they're actually quite poor agriculturally. And it's bad weather and overpopulation that drove most of the Vikings to head out and look for new lands, like the colonisation of England. Britain and England to the Vikings was a paradise compared to where they were from. They had mild winter, there was plenty of arable land for a man to take farm. Luckily, thanks to the warm waters from the underwater stream just off the coast of Britain, it's got relatively warm weather for its latitude. Yes, I think we're ready basically to test out to see if this can go in here. Just do another walkthrough, there's a bit there. Just wait for us to come down on the down. Come on. No, you're gonna make me sit here and drown, alright. Come on. Come on. Let me get in there. Come on, Mark. What are you doing? What are you doing, mate? Alright, let's test it. Alright, let's go back to shore and get my stamina back. Alright, let's test it. We got the wind behind us, so reversing is not that successful. We'll spin ourselves around. We'll take a second. It's alright to start going backwards now, even though we're in the wind. I can see why a lot of people have been asking for oars to be added. We've definitely got the holes on the longboats for oars to be added. We've definitely got all the rowing positions. Well, you can only sit on 2 of the positions there, unfortunately, but still. Vikings and the such did definitely use oars. It's an easy way to manoeuvre yourself around. I'm not too sure how accurate this paddle technology is, but people have been using oars for thousands of years. And more specifically, the Vikings used to take people as slaves called thralls, and they would be oarsmen. They would be slaves on a ship, and their entire job would be to row the ship. Isn't that interesting? Oh, we're coming in. We're coming in. It's going to be glorious. First docking, mate. I've overshot it. I've got to reverse. It's easy to jump off to get the momentum to stop. Pop her in reverse a little bit. I'll get the angle. I'll get the angle. We were going against the wind coming offshore, so... we're turning back in again. Oh, that's a bit much acceleration. I'm turning it. Oh, we're going to make it in. And we have success. Nice. So there we go. There's the beginning of my dock. I shall edit the cliffs out. Build myself a little lighthouse area on this little cliff area here. And I'll upload a video showing you the later results. But there's my little walk to and walk with on building my dock. Have a good day and night, people.